takes about 25 minutes. We've got full life-saving equipment clearly marked around the boat. Life jackets, they're clearly marked in the lockers. The life rafts are on the outer roof, and all the crew are fully trained. The boat continues, but take a poncho because you're not allowed umbrellas inside the theatre. Umbrellas are banned. Very cheap as well, ladies and gentlemen. A standing ticket, £5 inside the theatre. £5. Very cheap, isn't it? For live entertainment. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying the live commentary. Oh, brilliant. So I will continue. On the right-hand side, a riverside pub, over 400 years old. You might recognise it, and a lot of famous people have used it. William Shakespeare's used it, Sir Christopher Wren's used it, and more recently in the movie Mission Impossible, just inland of Limehouse, Whitechapel. Very famous Whitechapel for the Jack the Ripper murders, 1888. You can see Whitechapel on the left. That building with a blue top, with a red helicopter landed on the roof. The Royal London Hospital. The red helicopter on the roof is the air ambulance. So it's been built in Whitechapel. So it takes about 15 minutes to walk to Whitechapel. Next door to Whitechapel on the left, just inland, Bethnal Green. Very famous Bethnal Green for the infamous gangsters. In the 60s, the Cray twins, say twin brothers, Ronnie and Reggie Cray. And they controlled the East End in the 60s. The area to your left, it was filled full of Cockneys, Londoners that were from this area that lived in the East End of London. And years ago, everybody knew each other. London is very flat, and you get a great view from the hilltop looking right through London. It really is worth leaving the boat now and having a walk around the village, maybe trying to walk up the hill. Because there are other boats. There are 5 boats returning every 40 minutes. So later today we come back again. There'll be a boat every 40 minutes. The last boat is at 6:30. The last boat, 6:30. We are the next boat, but we don't leave here until 10 to 2. We have a break. We don't go back now until 10 to 2. You could leave us here and come back at 10 to 2 or catch a later boat every 40 minutes. So I hope I've explained that clearly enough. So just make sure you've got your bags before you leave the boat, and just try to hold on tight now. Keep doing on a trousers now. Because there's been reports of a man, a very strange man, hanging around on that bridge, looking up through the waves. If you do it today, you'll be okay, ladies and gentlemen. That very strange man, he's driving this boat today. Maybe do it today. Now we're getting pushed by the tide again. The tide pushing us along. We'll have to turn the boat to berth. We like to be facing the tide as we berth the boat. So we're going to spin again. And it is best, as you are, remain seated. Because sometimes we get rocked about, sometimes we bump the pier. And we don't want to see an accident. So please, as you are, remain seated until we are tied up on our side. On the right in the distance, There's a bus stop on Tower Hill for bus tours. There's also an underground station at Tower Hill. There are boats from this pier. The boats go back to Westminster every 20 minutes all day. If you decide to stay on this boat, we will continue to Greenwich very shortly. Just a very quick stop here before we continue further down to Greenwich. Please make sure before you leave the boat, you've got your bags, all of your belongings before you leave the boat. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. I hope you've all enjoyed the journey. So we could play a very boring audio machine system, provided